Hello, this is Grant from the DCP Company. Welcome again to another tutorial on preparing your film for DCP mastering. Today we're going to be talking about exporting a project from Final Cut Pro with a 5.1 surround sound mix. Now this is not the most intuitive process, so if you've been looking for a while to figure out how to do this, you've come to the right place. Now the first thing we want to do is double check that the project settings are correct. So you can click on your project here and then go over to the inspector window and click to modify. And just make sure all of these settings look right. So just double check if your film is in 2K, make sure that it's set to 2K, check your frame rate, all of the things that you need to make sure that this is matching the final output that you want. And then right here, we want to double check the audio settings. Now, if you're watching this video, your project is most likely not in stereo. So here's where we want to change this to 5.1. And we'll just click OK. Now we can bring in our film file right here to the timeline. Next thing we're going to do is we want to bring in our sound files. So the surround sound files that we bring in from our mixer, there's usually going to be 6 of them, one for each of the 5.1 channels. Now there's a very specific order that these channels need to be in. Now we'll start with the left channel. I'll just drag it out here. You can see it's called L for left. And then I'll grab the right channel, put it right there. I'll grab the center channel, our LFE, which is going to be the sub frequencies, and then our left surround, and finally our right surround. Now the next step is we need to tell Final Cut Pro which of these actual tracks corresponds to which speaker. I'll just click on this track and I'll go over to the audio icon here. And what I want to do is tell the audio configuration which channel this is. Now right now it's set to mono. I want to change this to left because this is the left speaker. I'll do the same for the right speaker. Go to right. There we go. And I will do the same for the center speaker, LFE, which is also known as the sub. We'll go to the left surround. There's our left surround. There we go. And then finally our right surround. There we go. Now the last thing to double check here, and this is really important, if your film file already has sound attached to it, could be a surround mix, it could be a stereo mix, we want to make sure that that sound is just muted. So we'll just go up here and we'll just bring the volume all the way down because we don't need that anymore. We're going to be using the sound that we brought in. Now when I play this through, we'll actually see over here on the meters, all of the different sound channels are playing in their proper order. So I'll play it from here.
No, wherever.
You'll notice that they're all playing through the proper speaker as the film plays, which is exactly what we want. Now, if you don't see the audio meter on the right here, you can go up to Window and Show in Workspace, and we'll just click Audio Meters, and that will bring it up on the side. Another smart thing to do is just double check that your movie is in sync by watching a couple parts of it.
This is crazy.
Yeah, this is bigger than our shoot.
So we can see that their mouth is moving at the proper time, which is great. Want to make sure just to spot check that throughout the film. And now the final step here is to export. We can go up to File and then Share, Export File, and then we'll check our settings here as well. So we can just start by going into Settings and just make sure that our format and video codec are set to video and audio, and the source format. You can use Apple ProRes 422, or you can use Apple ProRes 422 HQ, or even Apple ProRes 4444. All of these are appropriate for DCP mastering. And then we can choose a place to put this file. So I'll put this right here, and then the file will begin exporting and you'll be ready to go once it's finished. Now keep in mind, if your audio from your sound mixer came in as one single track with all 6 channels as opposed to 6 different stems like we saw in this original example, you can actually bring that one individual track directly onto your Final Cut Pro timeline, just like I have here. You want to make sure that this is configured to surround, so we can click on the actual audio file here in the timeline, go into the audio configuration at the top right in the audio inspector, and just double check that it's automatically set to surround 5.1. When I imported this file, it actually automatically knew exactly what setting. It automatically set to surround 5.1, but it's a good thing to confirm. And of course, you should always double check that sync looks proper, so just go ahead and spot check and play this timeline. Make sure everything is looking good on your meters as well. Thanks so much for watching, and if you need Hollywood quality DCP mastering for indie filmmaker prices, visit us at thedcpcompany.com. We'll help you out. Happy filmmaking.